J&B Bombers of Agora Hills, California. Leading off the center fielder, number 30, Cesar Rodriguez. Batting second is the second baseman, number 69, Lenny Villavazo. Batting third is the designated player, number 12, Blake Hunter. Batting cleanup, the catcher, number 22, Rafael Flores. Batting fifth and playing third base, number 3, Federico Eater. Batting sixth is the shortstop, number 25, Jagger Serino. Batting seventh is the right fielder, number 1, Owen Morales. Batting eighth is the first baseman, number 1, Mingo Varela. Batting ninth, the left fielder, number 15, Ismael Pena.
Hello, fastball fans, and welcome to Denmark, Wisconsin, and Circle Tap Bar and Grill and the 2019 ISC World Tournament. Kyle Smith and my broadcast partner, Varm Matosian, as we settle in for an afternoon ball game here at Circle Tap Bar and Grill. Varm, today it's Circle Tap taking on J&B Bombers as we get ready and we get into the loser bracket contest here this afternoon before the winner brackets later on. The visiting team, it's the Circle Tap Dukes who will lead things off. It's Ryan Sinclair playing out in center field. Federico Eater will bat second. Manuel Godoy will bat in the 3 spot. Blair Ezekiel batting fourth. The 5 hitters, Tyler Dudley. Josh White bats sixth. Matt Ratliff in the 7 hole. Zane Van Lieshout bats 8th. And the 9 hitter is Leo Latassa. Latassa going into the lineup. Tommy Crouch going to the back. Van Lieshout, the DP. Roman Godoy gets J&B Bombers. It's Ishmael Pena, Cesar Rodriguez, and Erwin Corrales left to right across in the outfield. Luiger Pinto will play at third base. Yedier Chirinos at shortstop. Lenny Villavazo will play second. Mingo Varela will play at first. Rafa Flores behind the plate, and Jorge Segura will be the pitcher.
You mentioned before, Leo Latassa normally catches Roman Godoy when he pitches. That's why you'll see him in the lineup pretty much every time when Roman's on the hill.
So 0-1, and that one fouled off by Sinclair. Ryan had a hot start to last night's ball game as he led things off with a leadoff solo shot.
And he got on base late at a big spot too. He had a chopper to short, and he's quick, and he was able to beat it to first. In the 7th inning there, they didn't get the job done later, but he got on base.
And that one misses for a ball. Quick turnaround time here for Circle Tap from last night to this afternoon after a tough, hard luck loss to get ready for this one. To compose yourself now on the loser side. Got a few extra games here this week.
Yeah, they got to get hitting. They had a tough one last night with Wemul Mata throwing a gem after that first inning. They didn't have too much of a sniff afterwards.
No, and I mean, you look at the scorecard for Hallman Cubs. They had 14 strikeouts.
Yeah,
they just had some timely hits when the guys got on. Like you said, after that first inning in the second when they scored the other run, it was all Wemul Mata after that, just giving up 2 hits the rest of the way, 3 hits the rest of the way, and that one fouled off.
Alan Pecker put on a show last night too.
Oh,
yeah.
The Argentinian players here this week have just continued their tear through the softball world this summer. Piquer, Eater, Wemul Mata, those guys, everybody's starting to continue their groove. So refocus and get set. It's Eater on deck here for Circle Tap. That one misses for a ball, rather fouled off. Kyle Smith and Varm Matosian here with you on the broadcast. Glad to have you along on a bright, hot, sunny day in Denmark.
Jorge Segura pitching, you'll see a lot of drop balls. They'll throw that rise for show, but he's looking for drop and change mostly. That drops his best pitch. Everyone knows it, and still sometimes have a hard time hitting it.
2-2 count.
Good catcher behind him, so he has no problem letting it go. Rafa stops pretty much anything.
Former teammate of yours.
Yeah.
From a couple years ago.
We have the same dietitian.
2-2. That one misses ball 3. 3-2.
good at bat to start the game from Sinclair. Fell down quick 0-2.
Seeing lots of pitches, right?
Yep, exactly. Swinging at strikes.
And takes ball 4. So, like you said, he finishes that at bat strong with the walk.
Brings up the shortstop, number 11, Federico Eater.
And as much as he appreciated that home run last night, a walk sometimes just as good to set the table and see all the pitches and allow the guys on deck and on the bench to see everything coming to the plate.
Yeah, but if it's 3-2, he hits a home run. It's better.
Now Federico Eater at the plate.
Been impressed with him this summer.
Had a tough go last night, 1 for 4. Had a tremendous start to the ISC World Tournament. Little check swing, put it in play, and in time at first base. Underhand toss by Segura.
Hey, man, you go 1 for 4 off Weimul. It's not the worst day in the world, but he keeps everybody off balance.
Right fielder number 52, Manuel Godoy.
So Manuel Godoy now comes to the plate. 1 down in the inning. Runner over at second base. And Rafa wants to talk to Segura probably about changing up the signs with the runner at 2. Sinclair going to peer in towards home plate like you are from our center field camera.
That happens every game. As soon as someone gets to second base, it's like, what are we going to do? It's like, what?
Why didn't you have that conversation before? Is that what you're saying?
Well, is the expectation nobody's getting to second base?
I mean, ideally.
Yeah, ideally, yes.
No one passed first, and, I mean,
That's right.
Ideally, no hits. In the dirt for a ball.
Scooped by Rafa.
The thing you're setting yourself up for, though, with falling behind in counts is you got to come back to the plate. You got to come back on top of the plate to start working into that strike zone.
Yeah.
And a little roller. Chirinos. No play, and he'll just hang on to it. So 2 runners on here for an infield single. Brings Blair Ezekiel to the plate.
First baseman number 24, Blair Ezekiel.
I bet, even though he's on base, I bet Manny Godoy wants that one back. It's 1-0. It really didn't take a swing like he normally does if he's looking to drive something. But it worked out for him, but 9 times out of 10 it wouldn't.
Would have liked to put a better swing for
yeah,
sure.
Yeah, on a 1-0 count.
Segura with 1 down comes set. First pitch swinging, popped on the 5.5 hole. Sinclair getting the wave. Now the E-brake and the parachute goes on. A wild throw from Pena. Had Sinclair kept going, probably would have scored, but you'll take your chances with the bases loaded, 1 out, and Tyler Dudley and company come to the plate.
That brings up the
He
second
hit it too hard, I guess, for him to come home.
Tyler Dudley.
If he's not walking in, it's probably a good idea to hold him up.
And Segura and Flores back together, chatting.
Last night.
Yeah, he's moved up. He's moved up 1 spot.
Yeah.
Actually 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dudley batted 7th. They've dropped Ratliff and White 1 spot. Misses inside for a ball. Dudley 1 for 3. Ground out, fly out, single. Segura works. And a chopper foul on the left side.
He hit the ball good each time up though last night. It was 1 for 3, but it's pretty hard. That he just got under the fly out late in the game. He just missed it. It went just about to the warning track. It was sitting out there yesterday.
So Tyler and the home plate umpire figuring out how far that back foot can get planted.
Yeah, that's too far back.
He's got one toe on that line, so it's good. Hard hit ball. Under the glove of Chirino. Stumbling around third, so he's got to stay at third was Godoy. And a run comes in to score. Base is still loaded.
Now batting the third baseman.
Kind of almost got what he wanted, like a ground ball at somebody.
That one just kind of over on the middle, up between the third and short, and a long run. Normally, Chirino's a sure-handed infielder, but that's a long run. At least he knocked it down to keep them at bay. Just that one run right now, and now Josh White stands at the plate. Swing and a miss. 3 more ball games scheduled here on the ISC network. At 4 o'clock, we'll have the ISC 2 championship. And then 6 and 8 o'clock, we go to the winner bracket side of the tournament. It'll be the New York Gremlins who will take on the Hallman Twins. Sean Cleary and Andrew Kirkpatrick likely to match up there. And the Hill United Chiefs will take on the Hallman Cubs. Backstory on that one will be if Adam Folkard gets the start after the missile that he took off the forearm from Derek Mason last night. If not, Pablo Migliavaca likely the starter there. Fisted caught, step on first. There's a way to end the inning.
JB needed that. Boy, it was going to get ugly.
So after half an inning, it's 1-0 here on the ISC network.
Whatever your delivery requirements are across North America, Skelton Truck Lines provides you with reliable, safe, and high-quality service at a fair price. Skelton Truck Lines equipment is satellite tracked and delivers small parcel, less than truckload, and expedited shipments throughout Canada and the U.S. With over 50 years of experience and more than 50 trucks serving 4 divisions, Skelton Truck Lines is a thriving Ontario business and a proud fastball sponsor. Visit us online at skeltontruck.com. Thanks to Mike Skelton for supporting the broadcast program.
Seats benefit Denmark youth baseball and softball. You can't win unless you play. And yesterday's pot was over $1,000. So you might as well throw your hat in the ring.
So away we go here to the bottom half of the first inning. Kyle Smith and Varn Matosian here with you as we get ready, and we'll set the defense for the JMB Bombers. It's Cesar. No, check that. We're going to do the JMB batting order. We'll get this settled. Cesar Rodriguez will lead off. Lenny Vilvazo will bat second. Blake Hunter in the 3-hole. He's the designated player today. Rafael Flores will bat fourth. Lugier Pinto will bat fifth. 6-hitter is Yedier Chirinos. 7-hitter is Herwin Corrales. Alvaro Domingo Varello will bat 8th. And Ishmael Pena rounds out the order batting 9th. For the Circle Tap Dukes, their defense, it looks like this. Ryan Sinclair in center. Matt Ratliff over in the left field corner. Manuel Godoy out in right field. Josh White is at third. Federico Eater is Godoy on the mound here as he opens with an off-speed pitch to Cesar Rodriguez.
Roman did not pitch last night, so he should be today.
Throw in a strikeout for good measure. JMB got things going late in yesterday's contest against the Irma Tigers. And just misses off the corner for a ball. 2-2.
Saw Irma early in the week. They got some hitters.
Good younger team in the ISC loop. The Irma Tigers, as that one comes inside. Ball 3. Trying to find his way in the strike zone here of our home plate umpire.
Another good leadoff at bat here.
And fouled off.
Third changeup he's thrown in the at bat.
Lots of off speed, as Varm said. There's another one called. Strike 3 to a corner. Rodriguez has a few words as he walks away, but he's caught looking for the first out.
Number 69, Lenny Villavaso.
Does it surprise you?
Everyone throws a lot of them, but 4 to 1 batter, yeah, absolutely. It's like Eric Urbaneja would be the only other guy I would think, that I wouldn't be surprised at that happening.
And strike called to open things up here to the number 2 hitter, Lenny Villavaso.
If you've met Lenny, he looks like he's 13. he can hit, but it looks like he looks young.
2 for 4 day yesterday with a double and a single, 2 lineouts on his scorecard. This JMB Bombers is a first pitch swinging team. Free swinging, put the ball in play.
Yeah, we got Rafa Flores batting fourth. He loves that first pitch. 8 times out of 10, he'll swing at it.
Godoy. That one popped up and foul. Kyle Smith, Varm Matosian here with you on day number 6 of the ISC World Tournament. Thursday afternoon. Just a shade past 3 o'clock here in the Central Time Zone.
Great crowd last night, huh? It seemed like everything was
tremendous crowd last night.
Yeah.
Really, that was the first night where the bleachers really were starting to fill up, even in the outfield. They've been full up front. Vaza.
Now we got Blake Hunter.
As Hunter, actually quite a utility guy, outfield, infield.
Yep.
Can catch, really do everything but pitch. And not saying he can't either. Probably does some little game of cat and mouse. High hopper, under it, White. Got him at first base. So 5-3 the long way. Will up and down the inning. We'll go to the top half of the second. 1-0 for the Circle Tap Dukes here on the ISC Network. Swung on and missed. Strike 3 in the Kitchener River Shark twin. Local kid who wins it.
Swing and a miss. Jarvis. 3.
United Chiefs are the world champions.
2000.
And the United Chiefs back to the top of the mountain.
4 o'clock, but it'll be closer to about 4:30ish. Weekend still.
Back here with Jorge Segura back on the mound for the Bombers. New York Gremlins, your team getting ready for play later on. Just guys hanging out, relaxing here this afternoon.
Yeah,
I had practice today.
Yeah, I had a little get.
How your tournament's gone, the first real contest, first real challenge, if you will, would have been the Stompers. But this one with Cleary, I mean, that's all world.
Yeah, it's we faced Devin McCullough right before, so perhaps maybe they got a good team, Stompers, but it's a little different than the Twins. Sean's had success against us. We've had some success against him. He's got all 3 pitches, man. He's a tough one, and he's been a tough one for a long time. Obviously, he's won this tournament before. He's done very well for Canada over the years. He's one of the best, and you got to play everybody. So as you go further along, you don't lose. You're going to end up playing the best, and we're at that part of the tournament now. It's the business end.
So a grounder by Ratliff, 4-3 by Villavaso. And Van Lieshout now takes for strike 1. This middle infield is probably as good as any of the Bombers when you compare the abilities and the soft hands of Villavazzo and Chirinos.
Defensively, they're excellent, yeah. Chirinos has a really good arm as well. He still kind of gets to pretty much everything. I mean, obviously there was in the first inning we saw sometimes not, but I saw him. We were teammates for a year together with the Gremlins, and we saw his glove, and he make plays you don't think he's going to make on hard hit balls.
Swing and a miss for strike 2. Segura keeping this Circle Tap team off balance thus far. 3 singles, a walk came around and scored in Ryan Sinclair. The difference thus far. Excuse me, Manuel Godoy came in as well. Forgot my arts and crafts section there.
Yeah, I was thinking they only had one last inning too.
Well, I could have sworn they only had one, but the
wasn't
scoreboard
one?
has 2.
They left the bases loaded, no?
Well, I'm sure they did.
All right.
I was just catching up with this. Yeah, now that the scoreboard must be listening to us because they changed it. Now it says 1-0. So I didn't forget. I was looking and I'm like, yes. I thought they left.
Yeah.
Making me second guess myself. 2-2. Called strike 3. Down on strikes.
Hey, scoreboard, smarten up. I think that was like the first or second changeup we've seen so far. Is 9 getting through the order one time.
A few more conversations than I think what you'd be used to seeing between a pitcher and catcher here early in the ball game.
Well, I don't know. I know when Leo catches Roman, the dirt in between home plate and the slab, it's usually worn out by the 4th inning. What was always pretty funny was when Rafael was our catcher, and Andrew Kirkpatrick was on the mound. He would go out to talk to him, and I always think about it on the bench. What are they talking about? He don't speak English and he don't speak Spanish.
Need an interpreter.
That's right.
And that one fouled off. So 9-hitter at the plate, Ryan Sinclair standing on deck. Segura would like to face him next inning. Time called. Something got in Latas's eye, it looks like, as he goes digging.
He has sunglasses on.
Maybe a bead of sweat.
Sweat. Getting better shape.
1-2. Swing and a miss. Flores going to throw that one up and over and make it official on the strikeout. We'll end the inning. Nothing doing. We'll go to the bottom of the second. It's 1-0 in favor of the Circle Tap Dukes here on the ISC network.
Whatever your delivery requirements are across North America, Skelton Truck Lines provides you with reliable, safe, and high-quality service at a fair price. Skelton Truck Lines equipment is satellite tracked and delivers small parcel, less than truckload, and expedited shipments throughout Canada and the U.S. With over 50 years of experience and more than 50 trucks serving 4 divisions, Skelton Truck Lines is a thriving Ontario business and a proud fastball sponsor. Visit us online at skeltontruck.com. Thanks to Mike Skelton for supporting the broadcast program.
Mata's getting better and better.
Talking about last night, and Lucas Mata just seemed to pick up strength as that ball game went on.
Weymul. You said Lucas.
Oh, so I was thinking because we talked. Apparently, Lucas is possibly thinking about coming back to the circle here. So, but yeah, no, Wei Mule, his summer has just, I mean, out of this world good.
Unreal
this
at
summer
Can-Ams as well. I mean, you know, the competition is better at the WBSC, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's still, when you throw shutout after shutout, I mean, still there are guys hitting that are pretty good.
I know Matt Palazzo said the other day when he was up here for his broadcast that, I mean, they didn't get a sniff on him.
Yeah. Ooh.
Change up. Rafa gets into that one. That's going to carry and say goodbye. Home run
First pitch
for Rafa Flores as he lets out a scream and tie this ball game up at 1.
Hands back on that changeup, like he was looking for it.
Third baseman number 3, Luzier Pinto.
And as we look down right field, looks to be Leighton Reed getting loose down there, number 33 for Circle Tap.
He throws hard.
Leighton, what did he have to say about young Leighton Reed? Did he say much?
Not too much, other than that, you know, he's going to keep getting. He's young, so he's kind of wild inside the zone. But you know, he throws hard, and he does.
Blair even mentioned last night, you know, the difference between when he saw him here at Circle Tap at Boys of Summer in Leighton Reed, and now the difference in command had even improved over the course of the last month.
Well, I think with the young guys, it'll kind of come and go, right? Like when the results are going good, it just gets big. Like he came in, I think, first inning he come in yesterday, he struck out the side. Well, you know, okay. Now you're feeling confident. It's when you don't have it.
Nice pickup by Blair Ezekiel down at first base. 3 unassisted. Yeah, Leighton Reed, I mean, he's all of 19. You know, played on the junior team in Saskatoon for the Aussies. So he's got a bright future ahead of him, all things considered and equal. So Yedier Chirinos now at the plate. He takes for a ball.
So, yeah, the Australia team will probably still be all right for a little while with pitching. You know, with Andrew retiring, Adam's still there if he continues on. And Harry Peters, who had a very good game yesterday. Yeah. Threw a one-hitter.
At Bear Bottom.
Against Bear Bottom, yeah.
He continues.
There's a lot of good There's a lot of good hitters on that Bear Bottom team. You know, Thomas, Sunoka, Riley, Makia, and Charlie. And he got through with one hit.
Harrison Peters, I mean, how many times has he done that at the IC World Tournament? Knocked off a top-ranked team. I mean, Bear Bottom Lodge, a 5 seed, right? And, you know, it just is becoming, there is Leighton Reed warming, but it just is becoming such a norm that you come to expect it out of him. Right. I mean, he did it a bunch with Bloomington Sticks as Dudley picks that one up between the legs and on to first for 3.
Yes, last year he played for Bloomington. There was one tournament in Elkland that we played against Bloomington, and he shut out the Gremlins 7-0. And you know, we were leaving afterwards, like, oh, you know, that was interesting.
But he's done it time and time again.
Done it a few times,
like I said, you just kind of come to expect it midweek in Harrison Peters, and he's going to come up with a win. And that a seeing eye single right up the middle over top of second base. So a single here for Corrales. 1 run already in on the home run by Rafa Flores, and like you said, swinging at the first pitch was Flores.
Oh, we got Mingo Varela coming up. I think he's had a pretty good tournament so far, if I remember correctly. In a couple of early games, I think.
Now batting the first base, number 2, Mingo Varela.
Yeah, Mingo Varela last night, 2 singles runs scored, 2 for 4, RBI single. Everybody in the lineup except for Blake Hunter had a hit. Hunter was on base twice with a walk and a hit batsman.
Yeah, usually you don't lose when that happens.
1-0. And a bouncer. Dudley on to first in time. Neat and tidy after that home run by Rafa Flores, but he ties the game at 1 as we go to the top half of the third on the ISC network.
We'd like to thank our platinum partners for the ISC World Tournament in Denmark. Green and Gold, Fox Harbor, The Bar, John Miller, DCI, and Harrison Coyne.
Whatever your delivery requirements are across North America, Skelton Truck Lines provides you with reliable, safe, and high-quality service at a fair price. Skelton Truck Lines equipment is satellite tracked and delivers small parcel, less than truckload, and expedited shipments throughout Canada and the U.S. With over 50 years of experience and more than 50 trucks serving 4 divisions, Skelton Truck Lines is a thriving Ontario business and a proud fastball sponsor. Visit us online at skeltontruck.com. Thanks to Mike
Can we
Skelton
mix
for
them up?
supporting
Throw
the
it.
broadcast program.
So away we go to the top of the third inning here. Kyle Smith and Varn Matosian here as we are into the top half of the third on the ISC network, and the Bombers replied with a big home run by Rafa Flores.
Home run by Rafa, a common occurrence at this tournament over the past bunch of years.
Lineups in for the ISC 2 game, ISC 2 championship. And first pitch swinging, that one going to roll all the way to the fence. Getting on his horse is Ryan Sinclair. He'll scamper up into second.
Hot stick. Ryan's got a hot stick.
It'll be Dustin Veenhoff up against Riley Mannion in the pitcher circle. That one due up, scheduled for a 4 o'clock start, but we're about half an hour, 40 minutes, 45 minutes behind schedule.
Yeah, I think we started here about 10 to 3.
Segura that time, the one that initiated the conversation with Flores, with that runner on second.
Well, Jorge does like to talk. If you have an extra 45 minutes, just say, "Hey, Jorge, how are you?"
Throw down to second. Head first slide back in.
Rafa sets that up time and time again. He's been doing that for a long time. He's gotten a bunch of people in his day.
Rafa directing traffic, telling Pinto not to commit too soon to Eater. And inside misses, 3-0.
Yeah, I mean, with Rafa catching, everyone knows that's what he ends up doing a lot. I mean, that extra second could mean, it really could mean something. It's a quick game, right? So everything helps. That much closer to the bag. If it's a harder hit ball or they have to hang out for a bit, if it's like a pop, they're closer to the bag.
Stroked out to left center. That's falling into the screen. On his horse, Eater. He's up into second, trades places with Ryan Sinclair, and an RBI double here for Federico Eater. Jumps him out 2-1.
Right fielder, number 52, Manuel Godoy.
Heart of the order here, so it's important for Jorge to get it going, or else they're going to have to start getting Robbie Schweier up pretty soon.
Yeah, I don't think you can get behind too far here with circle tap. That one comes in for a strike. Identical hits from Sinclair and Eater. Nice block by Flores. And a swing and a miss down and away, well outside of the zone. Godoy goes chasing. Speak of the devil. There is
He's
number
up.
34. Robbie Schweier getting loose.
The most entertaining player in the history of fast pitch.
We were talking about that yesterday. Matt Palazzo actually, he made the comment that no one has more fun than Schweier on the field.
I'll tell you what, Matt Palazzo is a close second. Him and his son, Nick Mullins.
Swing and a miss. Down on strikes goes Godoy.
First baseman number 24, Blair Ezekal.
One down in the inning. Mullins showed his arm off again yesterday afternoon. Getting a runner trying to steal.
Yeah. I forget who was covering, but he was waiting for him. He was waiting for him full second.
Hadn't even started to slide, and the ball was at the bag.
Brian Avery had a really nice throw from right field.
He did to gun down Pat Shannon.
Yeah. Robbie Schweier warming up, one of those guys that could do it all, in his day. He used to hit a lot too. And
yeah.
Like Waimul Mata can do it too. We have Andrew Kirkpatrick that could do it in the past. The other guy on our team, Carl Golan, used to do it a lot too, right?
Yeah, Golan, actually Palazzo told the story yesterday of back in the Alba days. Golan pitched a no-no to the wind and pitched the win, hit the tying home run, then hit a go-ahead home run in extra innings at a World Tournament one year. That was the year Carl.
What?
That was
him.
That was the year
That
Carl was
was it
named MVP.
Oh, I thought it was a Special Olympics game.
No, the ISC team is winless in that one, as that one
true.
comes in for a strike.
That was a good time. It was yesterday at the other ballpark.
Yes.
It's always a good. It's a lot of fun. It's great. I would encourage more players, if they're listening, to go to make it a point to go to that every year. If you're not playing in another diamond, and also coaches and whoever wants to come, because it's really a good idea. Every umpire that's free.
Going to third. Safe at third.
I think he called him out.
He did call him out.
Yeah.
I couldn't see. Got blocked out by the hydro pole. But they got him. Heads up play by Rafa Flores.
Yeah.
How many times would you see that play? Just pick the ball up and go to first. But Flores just threw a gun down to third base.
It had to be perfect. It had to be a perfect throw. It was such a close play. Big chance to take right there. But with a run already in this inning, didn't want to get that guy on third with one out. Well, I guess it would have been two if we went to first, but
Dudley sends that out on the right side. That's going to carry. It's got a tail and gone. A 2-run shot for Tyler Dudley. Jumps this to a 4-1 lead. Just went down and got that, Varm, and that one started about in line with the right center field light standard and just tailed away and landed out in direct right field in the bleachers.
I just realized something. Blair was bunting
Yeah.
for a hit?
Well, actually, was it a bunt or was it a
was
swinging
a check swing?
bunt, or was it a
okay.
swinging bunt?
I was going to say.
I don't know if I wouldn't say it was a bunt.
Now pitching for J&B, number 34, Robert Schweier.
So Rob Schweier comes into the ball game.
Now pitching for the Bombers.
On in relief for Jorge Segura. And we'll take a quick break. Come back with the remainder of the top half of the third.
I know. You literally can't, when you're on the field, you can't have a conversation with anybody in between. You got to get, real close. It's like...
So away we go here, back with you on the ISC Network. Robbie Schweier here on in relief. Saw Schweier yesterday afternoon in the win 24 hours ago.
Yeah, he kind of held the fort for a couple innings when they needed him. Give him some time to come back.
Yeah, it was 4-0 game, and then all of a sudden in that one inning, things kind of turned. But, like you said, able to hold the fort, not bend and break. As Godoy down, staying loose in this bit of a longer inning.
Yeah, Jorge is not exactly a quick worker either. So,
but it kind of goes in line with our conversation, and I wonder if this is something from last night where we talked about wondering if maybe Godoy nursing a little bit of an injury, so a long inning maybe stiffening up. So just staying loose on the bench as that one fills up for strike one.
Yeah, well, I don't. Only he would know. I mean, most pitchers won't tell you.
I mean, at this time of year, no one's really 100%, right?
Yeah.
And misses for a ball. I think the only one that we know that truly is injured would be Adam Fulkert after that line shot last night.
Yeah.
And
once they were looking at him for over a minute or two, it was like, wait a second, something's a little wrong here.
Yeah. So Pablo came on in relief. Pablo Migliovaca
did a great job.
Yeah, really stemmed the tide there, right?
Yeah,
just bridged the gap and got through. And I know talking with Larry Lynch and John Hill this morning, working on getting some answers on Adam, but they have every faith in the world in Pablo to come out and do the work.
Yeah, he's tough. He's got a great changeup. And he throws hard enough. He's done well whenever they've asked him to, pretty much, in the past.
Little bouncer, Chirinos on to first in time, will end the inning. And we'll come back with the bottom half of the third. 4-1 Dukes on the network.
Murphy's Fish and Chips is not only a great place to get some of the best seafood in Canada, but is also one of the best fastball sponsors in the game. Voted Nova Scotia's best fish and chips by Eastlink TV, Murphy's is a family institution since 1996 and a proud fastball sponsor of many Canadian and ISC championship teams. Open 7 days a week. Come join us for our famous English-style fish and chips or any of our daily specials. Murphy's is located at 88 Esplanade in Truro, Nova Scotia. We thank Dave T. Anderson and Murphy's Fish and Chips for their commitment to fastball and the broadcast program. Murphy's Fish and Chips is not only a great place to get...
Welcome back to Circle Tap Bar and Grill in Denmark, Wisconsin. Roman Godoy back on the mound after just staying a little bit loose with what I'd say maybe a little bit more of an extended inning. Though we didn't see a lot of extra at-bats.
You did see a pitching change, which takes some time.
Six hitters come to the plate, so 2/3 of the order.
This is one of those knockdown innings, right? You get a bunch, you don't want them coming right back. Kind of stabilizes the game for you a little bit. That's true of any inning, but it seems a little more after you get a few in an inning.
That one comes inside there. You saw the batting order for J&B. Going to need some sticks here now to close the gap. It's extended a little bit here, down 3 runs after the Flores homer in the second. They had a great response here in the third. Now J&B has to do the same. It'll lead things off to be Ishmael Pena here at the plate. And foul that off.
Another nice day here. It's been pretty good with the weather. No rain delays at any of the parks or anything.
I know then Tuesday they had rain here, but nothing to slow them down. Just some sprinkles and maybe a little bit more water from the sky. But, yeah, I mean, you really and truly, Varm, I mean, perfect, ideal weather for ball playing, right? It's not
that humid.
Wicked humid.
Yeah.
It's it's warm in the sun. Not saying it's not hot out there because it's got some heat in it. But I mean, when you
it's the humidity.
Consider what we could have had. Yeah, I mean, they have been blessed with great weather. Is that little flare right in the glove of Eater? Last night really cooled off here at the ballpark too. A lot of people were wearing some extra layers.
Had a sweatshirt and sweatshirt on down the line.
Blair was whining up here in the press box. He was really cold. Almost saw a tear.
He was
at
inside.
One point.
What are you talking about?
The windows were open. The door was open. He was really cold. He said as we're packing up, he said, "Man, I'm chilled."
No, chilled.
I'm chilled.
Ontario, right? Please stop. You're not from Guatemala.
We don't get cool nights at home like that. It is humid, but yeah, he was pretty cold. Turned the heat on in the truck on the way home, back to the hotel.
Top of the order here.
Cesar Rodriguez at the plate, and he puts that right out to Eater on to first. So pair of 6 putouts here for Federico Eater. Lenny Villalvazo will come to the plate, struck out back in the first inning.
Blair Ezekiel with a good job at first, catching the ball and not falling down, as he tends to do sometimes.
Two down in the inning. And Eater, it's a defensive inning by the shortstop. Will up and down.
Just set a world record.
6 threes as we go to the break. 4-1 in favor of the Circle Tap Dukes at the ISC World Tournament on the ISC Network.
Murphy's Fish and Chips is not only a great place to get some of the best seafood in Canada, but is also one of the best fastball sponsors in the game. Voted Nova Scotia's best fish and chips by Eastlink TV, Murphy's is a family institution since 1996 and a proud fastball sponsor of many Canadian and ISC championship teams. Open 7 days a week. Come join us for our famous English-style fish and chips or any of our daily specials. Murphy's is located at 88 Esplanade in Truro, Nova Scotia. We thank Dave T. Anderson and Murphy's Fish and Chips for their commitment to fastball and the broadcast program.
So away we go to the top half of the fourth inning from Denmark, Wisconsin in the 2019 ISC World Tournament. Kyle Smith, Varm Matosian here with you. Glad to have you along wherever you may be. You can see from our home plate camera the bright blue skies with the white pillowy clouds in straightaway center. It's a great place for a ball tournament, I think, Varm, really and truly. Like, it's a one-off setting, with the full-service bar on the first base side and just kind of set in the middle of nowhere, really, right? You're driving along the road and all of a sudden Circle Tap.
It's been an enjoyable tournament so far. When they announced it was going to be here, I really have my doubts as far as how they're going to set this up. There's no room really behind home plate, and people walking in front of each other, and I just thought it was going to be. But they really organized it well, and there hasn't been any problems or complaints. They set up the extra stands so you can see what's going on. Bars right here. The food is very good in the white tent.
I was going to say, have you been out? Have you been out to the white tent, like the other food part area?
Yeah, today was the first time.
I went for a walk yesterday out there, and I hadn't really been out there much.
Have
it's
the
a
corn.
whole new world.
Have the corn. Telling you now, have the corn.
Called strike 3 looking. That's what even the announcer says is have the corn.
Hey, he's right.
It was good?
Outstanding.
Well, maybe that'll be supper.
Yeah. Well, come on, Kyle, please. You're not just gonna have corn for supper. we're alike in that respect.
Okay, that's the appetizer.
Exactly.
Fouled off. Supper will be later after.
Right.
After the games are over. I had a bowl of booyah the other day.
Oh, I didn't have that. It's good?
It's good.
Yeah?
It's good. Now, they say there's a lot of different variables. Some people make it a little thinner. Some people make it like a thicker, kind of almost like a stew. But the construction is like chicken and vegetables, basically like a hearty vegetable soup. But it just, it was very good. That was out at the White Tent.
Yep.
Monday and Tuesday. They say it's coming back on the weekend. Schweier works in the dirt for a ball.
Going back to the setup, they've really done a good job also with the parking, and there's a lot of volunteers. You don't have to ask any questions, and they really set you up nice. It's been a very good experience so far.
You can get a ride to your car at the end of the night.
Yep.
They've got all sorts of all-terrain vehicles and golf carts running around. They've got a hay wagon being pulled by a tractor. I know Cody Skelton.
Was he pulling the tractor?
No, he was parked in the hayfield out because everything else was full, right?
Right.
So they've got a field set up for parking. And off speed, that one drops in for a ball.
Ooh.
Schweier and Flores wanted that one. But he came in on the wagon. And apparently he thought that was just the greatest thing ever. He had his phone out taking pictures. He was texting his wife back home being like, this is amazing. But I mean, for Cody,
he is so simple.
Coming from the city, it's something that you don't always see, right?
That's true. I'm just having a little fun with him.
I can imagine that being you.
No, yeah, I know. Well, the first
time I'm
we,
telling you, you probably don't see a tractor and wagon driving down New York City.
Only time is when we go play ball in Pennsylvania. We see a ton of them. In
Right.
New York City, all you see it in Central Park. People get their horse rides, the horse and buggy
tractor.
rides. Never a tractor. Tractor, please. Other people use those.
4-1 ball game here for Circle Tap, and that one misses. Flores needs a minute to compose himself as he and the umpire aren't agreeing on the strike zone right now.
Yeah, that's 3 pretty close calls that they didn't get. It's kind of tough to tell from here. Even the camera angle from center, it's a little bit of on an angle, but they've looked pretty good.
1-1 count. Leo Latassa at the plate. And fouled off. That one goes right into the shin pad that he's wearing. So Quite frankly, that's why he's got it on there.
Yeah.
Obviously done it once or twice.
Exactly. So when it hits it, don't walk around like you're hurt.
Everybody at home says it's a long way from your heart when it hits you in the foot.
Exactly. Same thing with hockey too, right? When it hits you skate, well, come on, it's hard.
Yeah. Down and away misses for ball 3. 3-2 the count. (4-1) in favor of Circle Tap as we get on to the middle part of the ball game. Sinclair stands in the on-deck circle waiting his turn. And ball 4.
Back to the top of the order now for the Dukes, the center fielder, number 65.
So the ratchet being tightened a little bit. I think we're going to see a pinch hitter here for Latassa, and it will be number 1.
First base is number 1, Derek Umentum.
Derek Umentum will check into the ball game.
Circle Tap's got a full bench. They got 7 guys there. Bombers have 3. Robbie Schreier was one of them at the beginning of the game.
And actually, Mark Aranda is injured too, so I don't know how healthy he is.
Yeah, he hurt his hand. His hand blew up a couple days ago.
Did he get hit by a pitch?
He got hit by a pitch.
He got hit by a pitch. So Sinclair at the plate, and that one misses. You can see Robbie giving a little bit of a check-in. Now he's
asking a question.
He's vocally saying,
"Is it high?"
Is it high? And the umpire nodded, and Robbie said it's high, and the umpire nodded again, and then Rob turned around and circled the wagons. One 0 count. And called a strike.
Some big calls at first base last night. There was 3 big plays at first, 2 on ground balls, and 1 was on that foul. It was like was it? We couldn't see it down the left field line. We didn't know what was happening.
Yeah, so actually talking to the umpires on that one after, it actually when it kicked back into play, it actually went off the foot of the first baseman. That's why it actually ricocheted back into play. So he was in foul territory. That's why they called it a foul ball. But
so the ball hit
it in foul territory.
In foul territory.
Yeah, that's what caused it to go sideways, which
it wasn't the base. We couldn't tell.
Yeah.
We thought it might have been
it would have hit for it to do that. It would have hit a rock,
yeah,
and then kick because it hit the bag then, but it actually went off the foot, and that's why they called it a foul ball.
Well, it was off the end of the bat, and it was kind of spinning back towards it. But obviously, here actually we're broadcasting from would be the best place to see it.
Well, funny enough, everybody was kind of in the way.
Oh, okay.
Because everybody's running down that way. But talking to the umpires after, and it actually did kick off the foot. So that's what happened there.
Why I saw the home plate umpire call it. He said foul.
Yeah. So, it took that direct left turn. Right on the right side, that's through the hole. 1 run comes in, it's cut off, and Flores wanted it to come through. Maybe might have had a chance on Van Lieshout. We'll never know. And the 5th run comes across.
No reason not to let that go. Because if you just fake like you're going to catch it, the guy is not going to. The runner going to second is not going to go to third.
So Federico Eater continues his hot pace. Double, single, and a ground out. 2 RBIs here this afternoon. As Circle Tap builds their lead, and that hot shot, nice glove.
What a play by Lenny.
What a stab by Villavazzo. Just like Varm Matosian could do. As we'll go to the break.
Yeah.
Come back with more on the ISC Network. Wow.
Casa Radio 93.5 FM, operating from the 6 nations of the Grand River Territory, is dedicated to the promotion of Indigenous culture, positive initiatives, language, and music to our youth. We offer a unique blend of top 40, hip-hop, R&B programming, and Indigenous music. You can count on Jukasa Radio 93.5 FM to help your voice be heard. Our interactive call-in shows feature locally produced news, sports, health, current affairs, and social issues. Unique programming with an Indigenous perspective. Listen live at jukasaradio.ca or download the Jukasa Radio app free from your app store. Casa Radio 93.5 FM, operating from the
16 years old, right? You ever seen him up close?
So away we go here to the bottom of the fourth inning.
It's actually a cool.
Blake Hunter will lead things off. Hunter had a ground out back in the first inning. And that's going to go off of him at the plate. Leighton Reed back throwing down in the right field corner. Pulled it back in, did Latasa. Misses for a ball. 5-1 in favor of the Dukes here in the fourth.
This center field count we got here good. I guess it's kind of higher up than usually, right?
It's sitting right beside the scoreboard by the John Miller Field sign.
Yeah.
See that gray, what looks almost like a satellite dish?
Yeah.
That's the camera.
A little bit different perspective than we see for
a little bit
our
higher,
game
yeah.
Here.
Yeah. Yeah, they got it set up yesterday, and there it is. Right perched up on the pole as we look in.
It's in play.
But it's a nice, it's kind of looking right in and gives you a bit different level. They set it up yesterday, and I really liked it. I actually called the last game as that one comes right at you from center. Sinclair makes the grab on the line out.
Catcher number 22, Rafael Flores.
So Flores, he's the single run here for JMB.
Definitely one of the most dangerous hitters in the game.
Flores shares his opinion on that call very vocally. Not sure if the umpire understands Spanish or not.
He understands facial expression.
I was going to say he understands the tone and the vocal. That bat comes flying to the screen.
He does say, "Come on, Blue," like that.
So a quick 0-2 count here to Flores.
Outside of the one mistake to Flores, Roman's thrown pretty well.
Yeah. Not really challenged either. Very efficient with his pitches.
Yeah, Blake Hunter just hit one very hard to center, but he's doing pretty well. He's managed. Leo's calling a good game.
Looking to go outside. That comes in and fouled off. Rafa, one of those characters of the game for sure.
If he could speak English, he'd be great for something like this. Although I'm sure at some point, with 55 Argentinian players here and a lot more from some of the Latin American countries, yeah. game in Spanish.
Fouled off. I know Martin Jorge from Southpaw, Argentina, and he does a lot of work down in Argentina, has actually simulcast with us before and done a Spanish version from watching the stream, right? So,
no kidding.
Yeah, so he's kind of been on a number 2 channel, if you will, and has picked up some games and done them in Spanish for us.
With Argentina winning the Pan Ams and the WBSC, they got a lot of press on something like that. So, if we could try to keep growing the game here, something like that might happen, right?
Absolutely. They were treated like rock stars after the WBSC win.
Did you see that bus going to Paraná?
Crazy. And called a strike. And, not just 1,000 people came out to greet them on that bus. It was just packed with people down in Paraná.
Yeah. It's such a, not strange, but it's a story that you would find on something like ESPN 60. Is that what one of those shows are, or
30 for 30,
or a wide, or a 60 minutes type deal for sports or whatever. It's here we are in Argentina where everything is soccer, and you got this little town where they have some of the best players in the world in a sport that is not, baseball's not in Argentina. It's a niche sport in one specific place.
I mean, all the players from Argentina, they move to Paraná when they make the national team, right? It is Paraná. And, they were treated like rock stars when they got back, and they said the bigger goal was to win the Pan Ams, right? Because that comes with some Olympic funding.
Yeah.
And all, it's great to see, and they've been awarded the qualifier in 2020 in November. For qualifying for the next World Championships. So it's great to see, and the mainstream coverage that they got down in Argentina.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Second to none, right?
Interview with Bruno and with Julio, right?
USA wins. You're not making ESPN.
No.
You might get a little blurb or something because at a Pan Am or something, but nothing like what we saw down there. As that one, a line shot caught by the shortstop, Eater, will end the inning. We'll come back with the top half of the 5th at the ISC Network.
Jukasa Radio 93.5 FM, operating from the 6 nations of the Grand River Territory, is dedicated to the promotion of indigenous culture, positive initiatives, language, and music to our youth. We offer a unique blend of top 40, hip-hop, R&B programming, and indigenous music. You can count on Jukasa Radio 93.5 FM to help your voice be heard. Our interactive call-in shows feature locally produced news, sports, health, current affairs, and social issues. Unique programming with an indigenous perspective. Listen live at jukasaradio.ca or download the Jukasa Radio app free from your app store.
Back to Circle Tap here in Denmark, Wisconsin. Kyle Smith, Varmatosian here with you. Top half of the 5th. Hi, everybody. Welcome in the Nut House. To your adoring crowd. 5-1 here for Circle Tap.
Getting late.
Well, but you have to think in their mind right now in the 5th inning, if you can put 3 up and shut the door, you're out of here with a short ball game.
Yeah.
That's got to cross your mind right now.
Well, J&B's got hitters, right? Even though Roman got by last inning, they were hard hit balls, right? They got guys that hit the ball, so they're dangerous. You want to put them away now.
Can't let them hang around. We saw that earlier today in the Grand Prairie Pirates Niagara Stompers game. 8-0 for the Stompers, lose 12-9 in 7.
With the Stompers pitching staff, you would think if we're up 8-0, we're fine,
Yeah.
right? It's a funny game.
Started Kyle Linton. He went 4 1/3, brought in Devin McCullough. And the thing about that is Grand Prairie sees Devin McCullough all the time, being from the west part of Canada, as Blair sends that one up and out to right field, under it for the grab for the first out. But, yeah, I mean, and I said that talking to Scott Perry. You're up 8-0. Like, there's no reason you lose that ball game. Like,
right.
Let's be honest, right? I mean, that's just a lack of. I think at the end of the day, that's kind of a lack of focus. I think you get into a little bit of a cruise control situation and take your foot off the gas, and you just chip away. And now, I mean, mind you, in the 7th inning, down 3, they did back-to-back home runs to tie it, and then scored the go-ahead run. But
it's a tough way to go home from the World Tournament, boy. When knowing you're 8-0. I mean, if you lose, and you get beat up pretty good, okay, you can accept it. The other team was better than us, right? But when you're winning 8-0, did that ball hit him? I thought Rafael caught it.
Rafa, that's what he's complaining about. Yeah. And
it didn't
the
look
umpires
like
are going to make. Tyler spun and kicked his feet out. I don't know if. They're going to put him down at first base. And Robbie Schweier is getting vocal now on the mound, going right up to the umpire.
Oh, boy. Because there was no call made.
Eventually, the umpire pointed him down, but he didn't point right away. Yeah, no, exactly.
Once he was halfway there and just going there, he's like, okay, you can have the. He didn't make a call. And if he doesn't make a call in the first couple seconds, well, it's just a regular pitch. It's a ball.
So hit batsman for Tyler Dudley. Things starting to shake here for the Bombers. You can just feel that momentum definitely creeping to the side of the Circle Tap Dukes.
Well, if they get shut out the next couple innings here, Bombers still have a shot. But, after four runs after, even though it just happened in the Grand Prairie Stompers game, I mean,
yeah,
it's tough to see. Roman Godoy is one of the top pitchers, right? So.
And a strike called. I mean, Godoy, the prawn on the pitching staff for Circle Tap.
Hasn't pitched that much, right? This tournament?
No.
Yeah.
Started the first game, and then Daniel Chapman, the last 2, got the start.
Mm-hmm.
One-two count. Josh White at the plate. Didn't go. 0 for 2 for White today. A line out and a ground out. Rafa doing some stretches behind the plate. 2-2 count. And that one fouled off. There you see Tyler Dudley over at first base. Swing and a miss.
Good sequence there. Everything was down, 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 down. 2 strikes. Went upstairs, waved at it, swatting flies.
Ratliff now comes to the plate. 0 for 2. Ground out and a strikeout. And that one going to lift up foul. Diving for it was Pena, just past his glove. Kyle Smith, Varmatosian here with you.
Zane Van Lieshout, the on-deck batter, is on the
Opposite
third base side with a left-handed hitter up.
Well, I saw you motion, and I was kind of wondering what you were pointing at.
Why isn't he standing over there? I mean,
and then I noticed, and I'm like, I get you now. Yeah, normally you stay on the blinds on the backside.
Maybe he just wants to see Schweier's delivery better. He hasn't faced him yet today, right? So maybe he just wants to see how he's holding it on the different pitches. Maybe there's something different he wants to pick up. But he can get hurt.
Well, yeah. Misses for a ball. Count, believe, is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Schweier, that lean back. Fouled off. One-two count here to Ratliff as he tries to extend the inning. Misses again for a ball, and Flores is trying to do his best to start that walk to the dugout.
It's fair to say they've had some issues with some of the calls. I'm sure they're right on some and wrong on others, but in their minds, they're right every time.
2-2. There's a bouncer, high hopper, and out into the outfield. That one skipped up on Villavazzo. So Dudley around to third.
That bounced up 5 feet. It was 2 feet over his head. See, 5 minus 2 is 3. He's very short. See?
I gotcha. Sometimes, I mean, it is funny when you explain it because of how you do it. But if you have to explain it, it's not funny. I got it right away, though.
I know you did. I know some of my teammates watching this are a little
maybe wouldn't get it.
Let's say slow.
Zane Van Lieshout. He comes to the plate, and I wonder, like you were talking about Van Lieshout.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's because he bats on the right side. He wanted to see it from that perspective.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, stickling rule, you actually can't come to the open side. You have, if the batter's on that side and that's your bench.
It's a rule.
Yeah, you have to stay on that side. You can't come.
Right.
You can't come to the open side. It doesn't really get enforced, but yeah, you can't actually come to the open side. Especially now, if your bench is here, you can stay on this side.
Right.
But because Circle Tap's bench is over there, you actually have to stay put. But it's one of those ones that isn't worth the hassle.
No, some guys do it
to enforce.
A couple guys do it on our squad.
And a ball. No, I agree. Like, I get why you'd want to do it. I mean, from the umpire standpoint, it's not worth the hassle that you're going to get. You know, it's almost like you're looking for trouble.
It's not worth it.
Yeah. You want to keep the player safe, but if that's where the player actually feels safest, then so be it. Sometimes it's a tip-off, right? Shows the hand of the hitter. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Down on strikes goes Van Lieshout. Ends the inning. We'll come back with the bottom half of the fifth. It's 5-1 for the Circle Tap Dukes on the ISC network.
If a man runs for president, interviews for a high-level job, or needs a good table at a smart restaurant, chances are he'll be wearing a suit. Mr. Ned is your custom tailor in New York City. Located at 137 Fifth Avenue, we provide our clients with the highest quality custom suits at affordable pricing. Our range of fabrics is second to none and will fit the needs of any well-dressed professional. Whether it be everyday business attire or a special occasion, we have the ability to make you a man of distinction. Visit the store at 137 Fifth Avenue in New York or see us online at MrNedNYC.com. We thank Mr. Ned and Varn Matosian for generously supporting the broadcast program.
Like 7 years ago? Yeah. It's all right.
Mr. Ned, one of our great sponsors, and fancy that, he's sitting right beside me. Business been good?
Business been okay. I've had a good year.
Yeah.
Since February, it's been pretty busy.
You, it's a family-run business, right? Like
yeah.
You're a second generation?
Yeah, my father started the business in 1965, and I've been there about 25 years now,
okay.
And I've had it for myself for about 20 years.
That one fouled off. You have some pretty cool clientele I know we've talked about in the past.
Yeah, got some notable people getting stuff. My bread and butter is really a lot of the guys that wear suits every day for work in banks and investment firms. Got some sports guys, some professional athletes, some actors.
Some politicians.
I believe
the mayor.
All over, yeah. Former mayor Rudy Giuliani is a customer, good customer. Charles Oakley, former basketball player. Allen Houston, former basketball player.
Player for the Raptors.
Yeah, they played for the Knicks when. Charles Oakley still comes in. Allen Houston doesn't, but they used to play for the Knicks, and they used to get a bunch of stuff. Kevin Willis used to play in the league for about 20 years.
Any ball players come and visit? I know Blair Ezekle pops in to see how business is going every year. him and Pukash come and check in on the business.
Yeah. Apparently, they've designated themselves
board members,
non-invested partners, approving any days I get to take off.
That one skips into the dirt, swing and a miss by Chirinos.
But I've made a bunch of suits for some of the people in the softball world as well.
Yeah?
Yeah. Whether they like them or not is another story. So as long as they pay me, it's fine. I don't care.
That one fouled off. Well, it's great to have you as a sponsor, and we really do appreciate it for all your support of the broadcast program. I know you're a big believer in it, and not just because we bring you up to do this, but I know, promoting the game.
It helps grow the
getting it out there.
Yeah,
right?
whatever, kind of takes. And if I could kind of help with a couple bucks to help promote the game and do what I can, I'm happy to.
So Roman Godoy here working in the fifth inning.
Chirino's seen a lot of pitches this at bat.
Now time called. I don't know. Godoy was looking in the dugout when he stepped off the mound. 2-2. Misses for ball 3 and allowed no as it comes across. I don't know if you've noticed, but they definitely aren't swinging first pitch as much as they did yesterday or even throughout the tournament thus far. I don't know if they're and surprisingly changing their approach here.
Yeah. They are kind of free swinging. They are taking a lot of pitches. And I tell you, the one time that I remember they, swung at the first pitch, Rafa Flores put one about 300 feet. It doesn't work for everybody, but they're normally kind of going after the first couple.
I mean, yesterday, like clockwork, every first pitch.
Was it?
Yeah. Everybody was swinging first pitch.
Right.
Putting the ball in play. They put up a pile of runs. And, I mean, it's interesting to see how this game breaks down. Early in the game, they were swinging free. now since kind of the 5-1 lead, they've almost starting to grip those bats a little bit more, maybe realizing that it's a little bit tough here to put some runs on the board, not stringing hits together.
I don't know if they would have spoken about it before the game, but, Roman is a little bit different class. You're kind of stepping up a little bit for this game. It's a little harder to keep the same approach for each pitcher, but Roman usually does like to throw strike one. Well, as do most pitchers, but he tends to do it.
1-1 count. Now I'm going to lift up in the center, and on the run is Ryan Sinclair. 2 down, and Valerio will come to the plate. Had a ground out back in the second inning. You look at the lineup, we're third time through for Circle Tap, just getting to the second time through here, ending the second time through for J&B, and that kind of speaks volumes to how this game has gone. Lots of deep counts.
No walks, huh? No walks. That'll do it.
Nope.
Yeah. No walks, 2 hits. Turned into a gem.
Same inning, that home run and then the single.
Yep.
Valero had a ground out back in the second. That one's going to go off his body at the plate, so it'll be a dead ball, 0-2. So young, this Circle Tap squad. All 3 pitchers under the age of 24.
Well, last year for him at the World Tournament, it was a Roman Godoy show, right? But it's not like that this year. They're kind of splitting it up a bit. They'll all be a little more fresh if they get through this game, when it gets towards the business end of the tournament.
Held his swing up. Two and two. The bleacher umpires disagreed with that call.
They got a lot. They had a lot of them last night, man.
And a swing and a miss.
A couple guys were chirping Mata all night.
I heard that every now and then.
Yeah.
So we'll head to the home half of the 6th here on the ISC Network.
Annual Boys of Summer Tournament is held every July at Circle Tap Bar and Grill in Denmark, Wisconsin. We host some of the top teams in the game at one of the best venues in softball. The atmosphere of old-time fast pitch with all of the amenities of a full-service bar and grill on the grounds can't be beat. Reduced rate hotels about 10 minutes from the park are available in Green Bay. To bring your team to the Annual Boys of Summer Tournament next July, contact Dean Kane at ct16@greenbaynet.com. Thanks to Circle Tap.
And back here inside the booth with Varm and myself. You're really making love to that camera. You are just...
Look, it's me.
Do you do that looking in the mirror every
What's
morning?
That?
Do you do that every morning looking in the mirror?
That's my favorite image of all time, of course.
Well, away we go to the top half of the 6th inning, 5-1. So the Bombers definitely need to have a quick one. It'll be Leo Latassa, Ryan Sinclair, Federico Eater, who will come up.
Leading off is the catcher, number 17, Leo Latassa.
Leo Latassa comes to the plate. Strikeout and a walk on his scorecard. Was pinch run for back in the 4th inning by Umentum. Heavy cut, 5-6 strike call. Schreier was on in relief back in the third inning after the 2-run shot by Tyler Dudley.
He's done pretty well. He's just given up the 1 run, right? And
yep. Came off a walk and then a single 3 batters later.
No extra base hits or home runs or anything like that.
Nope.
So
and no real hard hit ball either.
Yeah.
That one comes in, and I think it got a piece of Latassa. It does. So he's down to first base on the hit batsman.
They won't pitch run for him here. It's him and Roman are working real well together this game.
Well, you had said anytime Roman's on the mound, it's
he's
Leo,
catching. Yeah.
Leo behind the plate, right? So
Ryan Sinclair.
Ryan Sinclair now comes to the plate, a double, a walk, and a strikeout, 2 runs scored. Busy day for Ryan.
He's having a good tournament. He was not leading off, I don't think, for them at the beginning. Oh, look at that.
Rare Baylor and Tractor.
Yeah. I'll be all right if I never see one of those again.
Fouled off.
He wasn't leading off for them, I don't think, at the first couple games of the tournament, but he was doing so well. You know, I think Federico Eater was leading off to start. He's been hot.
Led the game off last night with a home run.
Yeah.
Today with a walk and a run scored. Trino's back pedals. He'll take the short one over at second, 6-4.
Made sure he got a good hop so he could make sure he gets one rather than charging it. Might bobble it or something.
And now Federico Eater, 2 for 3. Ground out, double, single, 2 RBIs. He was gunned down by Flores on the swinging bunt by Blair Ezekiel with that heads-up play back in the third inning. He showed a little bit of a slap there and takes for a strike. You see Scott Standifer on your screen, was nominated to the Hall of Fame and confirmed by the board of directors here this week. Off and running. So 60 feet for Sinclair.
It's a foul ball.
No, that's just in the dirt.
Oh, I thought it was a foul ball.
I heard someone say foul ball.
Yep.
0-2. I think what we might have heard was it going off.
Oh, okay.
Rafa's glove.
Glove, okay.
Glove and dirt. I looked for sure because
I thought
it hit the bat too. 0-2. Misses for a ball. 1-2. Coming up next here on the ISC Network, it's the ISC2 Championship featuring the Wyerton Nationals and Coburg Dirt Road Company. 2 Ontario teams that are familiar with one another. So a quick conversation.
So I guess it was Waterdown against Coburg for the semifinals of the two. Is it Waterdown?
Loser
Hammer?
bracket final was Rice Lake.
Oh, Rice Lake. Okay.
And Coburg. Waterdown and Coburg played earlier on this morning.
Okay.
You were right that they played, though.
Yeah, I thought they did. Yeah, I saw one of my good friends, Brian Newton, played for Waterdown this year, and he told me he was playing today, but I didn't know where they were as far as the bracket went.
And a swing and a miss by Eater. Down on strikes he goes. I guess really it would have been the loser bracket semifinal.
Semifinal, right.
Yeah.
The loser bracket semi.
And that one actually went back and forth. They were out 3-1. Coburg came back and made it close. We left the park to come over here. and then we were following it on Point Streak, and actually it looks like the way it kind of came across that Coburg won it in the 7th inning. And then had a big win against Rice Lake. I believe that was a Mercy, Blair. 8-1 run rule.
A lot of surprising results at this World Tournament. As far some teams that went down to the ISC 2 and other, winners bracket games. A lot of pretty unpredictable. It's been exciting. You don't know who's going to win a lot of these games.
AWP Lumberjacks. I mean, they had a pair of top 11 knockouts, knocking off the Monsters opening night, and then followed that up with knocking off Bear Bottom Lodge the next night. And we're so close knocking off the Batmen.
Right.
But Toronto able to pull that one off just a bit ago.
Well, like a team like Elmira, who had a really good year last year, finishing bronze, I think, at the Canadians, and they did well at the ISC. The 5 seed Bear Bottom, they lost out yesterday, and good stories like Grand Prairie's doing well, and the San Antonio team.
Yeah, San
doing
Antonio
well.
Titans.
It's a good area for fastball that probably hasn't been as represented. Well, it was the Houston team, but not as represented at ISC in past years, and they're doing well.
Yep. Getting down to, like you said earlier, the business end of the tournament.
Yeah, and they're still around, so.
3-2. They take
What's
on
the game
Kegel
at the other
Black
park?
Knights.
Yeah, it's
Kegel
at
and
the other
Titans.
park?
Yep.
Yeah.
Tonight at 5.
Right. That'd be a good one, too.
Yeah. Harrison Peters.
Yeah.
That one going to get lifted foul. Peters versus either Woods or Schofield. 3-2 count here with 2 down in the inning. Runner over at third is Sinclair. Checked his swing, but got a piece of it. Nice squeeze up by Rafa Flores will end the inning and send us to the bottom half of the 6th. Coming up on the ISC Network.
Pro Sports provides the essentials needed to give your team an edge on the field. Our brand is rooted in creating a unique experience tailored to the specific needs of your team to ensure your performance is at the best level to execute plays. At Peligro Sports, we rally behind our athletes and understand their fight to take their game to a dangerous level. Visit our store at 2200 Amsterdam Avenue in New York City or see us online at peligrosportsnyc.com. Thanks to Jose and Peligro Sports for their support of the broadcast program.
Peligro Sports, another one of our sponsors, and very close to Varn Matosian. And Peligro's been with us on the ISC Network for quite some time, so thank you to Jose at Peligro.
He has his shop in Manhattan as well, in the northern part of Manhattan. He's been servicing a lot of the schools and softball and baseball teams around the area, and his business has grown over the years too. He's doing pretty well. We the Gremlins use him for our uniforms as well, and a super nice guy. And we love working with him. We don't like working with him. We love working with him.
one of those guys that just gives back to the game. And
he used to run a July 4th tournament in Randall's Island, which is in between Queens, Bronx, and Manhattan. It's a little island right there where they have a bunch of kids' fields and softball fields, soccer fields, baseball fields. And for 5-6 years there, he ran a tournament July 4th weekend and giving a big prize to the winner. And a lot of the better teams used to come, including national teams. I remember the Guatemalan national team, the Argentinian national team coming.
New Zealand was there because
New Zealand was there as well. Yeah, New Zealand was there as well. The Kitchener River Sharks came one year. Gremlins obviously was there for a few years. And it was a good tournament to have. It got to be a little much for him in the end to keep organizing, so it doesn't happen any longer. But a lot of good memories because of Jose from Peligro Sports.
Strikeout to Ishmael Pena. Always great to hear those stories. Giving back and setting up the tournament. And a high hopper. Actually a fly that goes out to the shortstop, Eater. And I know a bunch of the umpires that were down there always spoke highly of that tournament. July 4th weekend, it was quite the atmosphere.
It was
right?
a different atmosphere. There
a lot
was
of Latin American people there.
Live commentary.
I believe it was Swapate.
Swapate, edible. Audible to the whole park.
And dropped that off-speed pitch in for a strike.
Oh.
And a ball misses. Just a festive atmosphere. I know a lot of the guys said that.
It was organized through there, but, all of a sudden, like towards the end of each day, as the alcohol started to flow, the crowds down the left and right field lines got closer and closer to the left and right field line where there wasn't a lot of foul territory anymore.
Yeah, because there were no fences.
There was no fences.
The line,
there
right?
wasn't. There weren't any fences down the line. I mean, it was something else.
A couple of guys said out in right field sometimes you'd get a visitor. 3-1 count. Two bouncer in between. Nice play by Eater, but not going to be in time. Give that an infield single. And Blake Hunter now will come to the plate. 0 for 2 today. Creeping off the bag was Villavazzo. Just keeping Blair on his toes.
Well, we finally found someone at the ISC tournament who's playing who might be slightly shorter than Blair. Huh? We got him. He's standing on first. I can tell because he's standing right next to him. Look at that.
Called for a strike. 0 for 2. First you get Villavazzo on the height joke with the ball, and now Blair, and now compare him to Blair Ezekle's height.
Well, Lenny speaks no English, so he won't understand any of this if he watches it later. So that's okay. I got to meet him in June. He came as a pickup for us in Ontario at the Hill United tournament.
Oh yeah,
and he could have been nicer. He played really well, and we enjoyed having him with us for the weekend.
Stay back on it. Flip, and in time. Nice play by Eater. He continues to flash the leather.
After the bobble, he didn't panic. He just flipped it with his glove.
Will send us to the top half of the 7th here in Circle Tap.
Fans, don't forget, following the completion of this one, the ISC 2.
For all your team uniform and equipment needs, fastball, slow pitch, and hockey, for players and teams, make sure you visit Corbett's Source for Sports on the South Service Road in Oakville, Ontario. There's a lot of deals to be had on all kinds of equipment. Thank you to Paul Hurd and Corbett's Source for Sports for their generous sponsorship of the broadcast program. For all your
8 o'clock, it's number 2, the Hill United Chiefs.
Welcome back here on the ISC Network. Kyle Smith, Varm Matosian here this afternoon. Varm and the New York Gremlins will set to get ready for their contest later on tonight. That's scheduled for 8 o'clock, though looking at my watch, Varm.
Scheduled for 6, actually. And I think the Hill United game.
Yeah, you're at 6. I was looking down here.
Yeah, Hill Cubs
6.
is after. Yeah.
We're about 45 minutes behind right now, probably about an hour behind by the time we get the ISC 2 championship game going, if this one ends in due fashion.
There'll probably be a presentation after that too, right? So
yeah.
It might get us back a little bit, but shouldn't be too terrible as far as the changing of the time of the game.
There's that.
Hey, Rafa did it. He did it.
Between the legs, and did you see the catch by Vilvazo? It was behind his back.
I couldn't see it, yeah. Oh, was it?
Yeah, caught it behind his back. It'll be Blair Isical who leads things off.
Well, Roman Godoy is really doing his job. I mean, he's kind of mowing him down. Rob Schreier's done very well since he's been in. He's given up a walk, a hit by pitch, a couple hits, but hasn't given up much. He's kept his team in the game. Come in when it was 4-1. It's 5-1 now.
Isical, Dudley, and White due up. Line shot down in the left field corner. That's going to rattle around. Blair will scamper into second. Had thought of third, and he'll stay there.
Well,
second baseman number 3, Tyler.
Yeah, it's
Dudley.
with the fences about 240 away. If guys aren't really fast, you're not going to. There aren't a ton of triples to be had.
And Blair, after his stubble, will be pinch run for. Looks like
on second base, number 32, Brennan Miller.
Brennan Miller will pinch run.
Challenge here for Schweier now to keep his team in the game. Try to limit the damage here.
Yeah, definitely can't let this score get any bigger.
Yep.
If you're going to have a chance to have a run at it in the bottom of the 7th. In the dirt, through the legs, and bouncing around in the feet of the umpire and Flores. (1-0). Hot shot snagged by Pinto. He's on to first. Haven't really called Pinto's name much today.
No, I haven't done much up, and not a lot of balls hit the third. I don't think any.
Yeah, I mean the only play he was involved in was that play when Blair had that swinging bunt, and Flores went to third.
Put a quick tag on.
Up the middle, into center. Rodriguez, he's going to have the play at the plate. Got him on the tag, and he's out at the plate.
What a play by Rafael Flores. Throw was offline, stretched to get it, jumped back to make the tag.
And through all of that, Josh White ends up at second. Give him a single and advance on the throw. Matt Ratliff now at the plate, but you're right, Farm. That That play by Flores to grab the ball and jump back, dive back towards the line and tag the runner going past him in Miller to get the out. That's an all-out effort. Misses for a ball. Next game coming up here will be the ISC 2 Championship. Coburg Dirt Road Company taking on the Wyerton Nationals. Rise ball misses. Flores wanted to throw that to second, but it bobbled in his hand.
You know what? If it was a better pitch, if it wasn't so high as a rise ball, they had him. He was sleeping out there.
Seen that once already, the throw down to second from Flores today. 2-0. Glove by Vilavazo on to first. Got him. What a play by Vilavazo.
Good play by Lenny.
Ends the inning, sends us to the home half, bottom half of the 7th. It's last call for the Bombers on the ISC network.
To an ISC event? Then stop waiting. Check out our website or social media pages and come be a part of the experience.
Back away we go here from Circle Tap. Varm Matosian going through the ISC guide. If Natalie, if you can bring that in, he can show the picture that he's looking at. If you can bring up a shot of us here in the booth. He's admiring his own picture from last year's championship game where he's chasing a duck. It's a little too dark, but there it is. Oh, memories, Varms, memories. That was a moment in ISC history.
Shacked in a fool.
For those of you that weren't there, there was a duck that came to visit during the game and wouldn't leave. So Varm took it upon himself to chase said duck, so it would fly away, and you ended up well out in right field, chasing it up.
Yeah. Spur of the moment. Duck wasn't moving. Manny Godoy, who was right fielder, wasn't going to chase it off. I'm like, I got this thing.
So a single for Flores will bring a pinch runner here. Adrian Gomez will check into the game.
Flores had another good game. You know, he's trying to lead his team. And get him going, and he's done everything he can during this game to keep him in it. Needs a couple followers.
Yeah, I mean, a home run and a strikeout.
And defense.
Yeah,
two
absolutely.
plays defensively,
Yep.
The one we've been talking about, and plus the one last inning.
Throw down to first, didn't get him. No, you're absolutely right. I mean, he did everything
He's had a monster game,
to get his team to victory.
Change up.
Swing and a miss.
Roman's done real well against a good hitting lineup. It's kind of good bounce back for him. Hasn't had the best of summers. And this late in the tournament, pitching a gem like this, got to do wonders for his head.
Misses outside. I think for him, it's nice for him to get back on the mound. Hadn't seen the mound in a couple of games.
Yeah.
You're going to need everybody if you're going to get to the title game now that you're in the loser bracket. You'll have 2 games tomorrow and 3 on Saturday.
And also, like, overall, like, through the summer, like, he ended up, he was not the preferred choice for Argentina in the 2 big tournaments that they had. He was on the team, and it's an accomplishment, and he did okay. But he kind of got supplanted a little bit, and probably deservedly so. Weimul outpitched everybody, not just him, in the tournament. I'm sure he's looking to come back and try to get his team back playing on Saturday.
So count runs full at 3-2. And put into a charge. That's going to go off the top of the 16-foot wall. Up into second. And third goes Gomez. Staying happy with the single is Pinto. So not going quietly.
Yeah, I mean, if he wasn't going to walk to second base, there's no reason to go. The run really, it means nothing.
Yep.
You're just looking to get on base.
We're going to have a pitching change coming up here on the ISC network. Oh, are we? Latassa's got his...
I think Latassa's trying to talk him out of it.
Or is he translating?
Or maybe.
Yeah, no, they're going to leave him in. And I think
he talked him out of it. He was waiting to come in. He was waiting at the fence with it. I think they talked him out of it.
And rightfully, I think Godoy deserves to fit.
If he doesn't have it, he'll say he doesn't have it. But he's still got a little play as far as
I think though, if Chirinos gets on here, that will probably be it.
Yeah.
One ball, one strike. Misses for a ball. Chirinos, I don't know if he thought it was a what is he? He is upset that I think they thought it was a strike.
He is.
Chirinos had a look back, and I thought it was first at the umpire, but then I realized that he's actually talking to Latassa.
Yeah, because then he waved his bat out like it was, hey, it's outside. Don't even bother.
He was looking at Godoy as well, so he, just you don't see that all the time. 2-1. Chirinos sends that high in the sky. Throw offline, but Godoy comes off the mound and gets that ball. So 1 run comes in to score.
Not as important on the run scoring for Circle Tap as the 1 out.
Definitely.
Yep.
Right now you're counting outs versus runs.
Outs. The inning ends when there's 3 outs.
So Corrales will come to the plate with 1 down in the inning. And bounce foul. Leighton Reed continues to throw down in the bullpen for Circle Tap should he be needed here this inning. Tying run in the on-deck circle.
There's that path Leo keeps thinking they're in the game if there's guys on.
Leo and Blair Ezekiel talking things over.
They just had a meeting on the mound, 2 batters ago. With Coach Stanifer.
So the count now at 0-1. Corrales 1 for 2 today. Line out in a single on his card. And strike called. Corrales pointing emphatically that ball is outside. And the look back to the mound. We got the New York Gremlins lineup, and Varm, you're starting.
Well, then we got problems. There's got to be some food poisoning at the hotel.
Swing and a miss. Throw down. Safe at first. Sean Cleary and Andrew Kirkpatrick on the strikeout to Corrales.
First baseman number 2, Mingo Varela.
Any surprises to you?
No. That's what pretty much both teams have been going with the whole time, right?
Called for a strike. It's Valero at the plate.
One of our players just got in today for the tournament, Eric Ochoa. Yeah, he took the red eye last night.
He's going to have a hard time getting in the lineup the way everybody's hitting right now.
That's right.
Which, I mean, and
it's a good problem to have.
Absolutely. That was the same thing that talking to Greg Leather the other day, he had said about how Eric couldn't get some time off at the beginning of the week. He was coming in late, and it'd be tough to get him in the lineup. But he said, yeah, good problem to have for sure.
Yeah.
And, I mean, Ochoa was ripping on the ball this summer.
Is the USA's best hitter, I guess him and Matt Palazzo. Ochoa was ripping the whole time, and they were dependent on him, and they had some good results, 5th and 2nd in the 2 big tournaments.
1-2 count. Swing and a miss. Great off-speed pitch to end the ball game. Ends it on a strikeout. 8 strikeouts on the day for Roman Godoy. A nice complete ball game. Maybe talked him into leave him in the game, and I think that's the right call right there. Deserved to complete the game, finish the game off.
Yeah, well, he knew how he felt, and he wasn't getting terrible results at any part of the game. It was just a couple hitters, and their best hitters that actually did it. So Leo and Roman calmed him down and say, hey, I think I got this. And I think you're right in saying if one more person got on, might have been a problem, but he pitched a gem. He deserved the win.
Absolutely. Roman Godoy punches Circle Tap's ticket to the next round. They'll take on the winner of the San Antonio Titans Kegel Black Knights game. That'll happen over at Memorial Fields, actually just in a few minutes. Everything on time there. But for us, ISC 2 championship comes up next. It's Coburg and Wyerton from a broadcast partner, Von Martosian. Thanks for coming in, man. We really do appreciate it. Thanks for your great support. It's always fun having you up here.
Thanks a lot, Kyle. It's always a pleasure to be with you.
We'll step out. Blair Setford and Joe Todd, they're on deck on the ISC Network.